who's dumber, Tucker Carlson or Joe Kent? That's the question that Donald Trump is asking. Can I give a third option? Maybe the guy on the other side of the screen here, this way. Okay, so that's the question that he was asking. Joe Kent, of course, is former counterterrorism center director for Donald Trump. So weird that he would hire someone so low IQ. Did a long rant, and at the end of it, he said, "You're born that way, low IQ, and there's not a damn thing they're going to be able to do about it." And I was like, man, that reads so much like a confession. Like it's constantly in his mind. Low IQ, nothing you could do about it. Nothing you could do about it. You were just born that way. We know, Donald, we know. Okay, so now let me give you a little bit longer version of that. Post-Truth Social. Who's dumber, he says, Tucker Carlson or Joe Kent? It's very interesting. I met Joe Kent at Dover Air Force Base along with numerous others who had lost their loved ones in war. I said hello to all the families. Kent horribly lost his wife. Her casket was being brought to Dover along with the rest. Although he married again quite quickly, in my opinion. Okay, so he does this all the time. He did it with Tom Massey too. Their wives died. Have some dignity and decency. Jesus Christ, man, right? Now, to be fair, Donald Trump's wife, first wife, and he's remarried many times, quickly, I would say. But his first wife, Ivana, also died. What happened with Ivana? Ivana Trump was buried near first hole of Trump National Golf Club. Her gravesite could offer a tax break for the business. So I see you're very respectful of ex-wives who have died. I got it. He continues, in any event, a number of years later, I noticed the same person was running for Congress in Washington State and lost. I then noticed a couple of years later, he was running again and lost. I do remember a guy losing in 2020 and crying about it for years and years and years. Oh, he's still crying about it. Oh, right, that was you, Donald. Then he continues, well, I didn't know him other than our brief Dover encounter, but feeling sorry for him after the 2 election losses, I told my people, hire him for the White House, give him a job, make him feel good. He lost his wife in 2 elections. They did so, and while I rarely saw him, I certainly didn't expect disloyalty, but that's what I got. So let me get this right. You hired our national counterterrorism director because you felt sorry for him because you thought he was a loser? That's not the win you think it is, okay? One more here, he said, he was really a sleazebag, and some would say on top of it all, a leaker. I don't know whether or not that was true, but apparently you said it anyway to the world. Okay, but next time, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Kent's a loser. Just like Tucker, Candace, Meghan, and the rest of them are losers. You're born that way, low IQ, and there's not a damn thing they're gonna be able to do about it. Again, yes, it feels so much like a confession. You're born a loser, there's nothing you can do about it. I feel like I could hear his dad telling him these things when he was a kid. What do you make of it?
No, I think you're missing something, Cenk. I think you're missing how benevolent Trump really is. He loves to employ losers out of his big heart. He also, it's weird how he also equates that, this man lost his wife and he also lost 2 elections because like, what a loser, you're just losing, you lost your wife, you lost elections, like, but here's a job anyway. Here's a very high profile job, no less. He also has such a weird obsession with IQ. And like, bro, can we get an IQ test from Donald Trump? Can we get a test from him right now? Can we see that dementia test? Can we see the actual results? Can we watch you take the test? Can we see your college transcripts? Like, you are not smart. Like, Trump is not smart. And I think Trump knows it. And you're right. I think that's his dad's voice in his head. Like, he just was never good enough. I think the only good thing that came out of Trump's weird childhood, as far as what we know, is that he doesn't drink alcohol because he's afraid of alcoholism. Like, good for you, but it still has not prevented your brain from turning to absolute mush. And I do think that if you're an evil person, like I do think that like part of that does start to like eat away at your soul and your brain. And I think that's why he is where he is today, because he's constantly having to lie, right? He's always like just like trying to reconcile things that make no sense. He's constantly lying is a lot of work, like if you have to, if you're lying all the time to everybody, to an entire nation of people, to the world, really, that is a lot of work. That's a lot of pressure that you're taking on. I'm a really bad liar and I'm grateful because like, who has the time? Who has the energy? He does, I guess.
Well, certainly Trump does. So look, this is all over the fact that Joe Kent said, don't start another war. And where did Joe Kent's wife die? In one of these needless wars in the Middle East. So he takes that as like, haha, you're a loser because you lost. No, because some a-hole like you sent them to go die for Israel. So Tucker Carlson's not going to take this line down, so he strikes back.
Is the president sending? Well, not a coherent one. Doesn't actually add up to a theology. It's mockery. He's mocking Jesus. He's making fun of Christianity. To a lot of Christians or people who know the Bible well and believe in it, these predictions in both the Old and the New Testament, and there are others, seem to fit what we were watching. Here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods, and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist? Well, who knows? At least that's my conclusion. Who knows? We're also told repeatedly in the New Testament that you're not gonna know that Jesus will return like a thief in the night, and you better be ready because you can't predict it. But we're also told there are signs, and is this one of them? Well, again, unclear.
Damn, he just called him the Antichrist, maybe. So again, that's referring to his blasphemous message on Easter, his blasphemous message on annihilating whole civilizations. Pretty sure the Prince of Peace didn't agree with that. And then the blasphemous picture that he put out where he was Jesus, and then told us earlier in the show, but it's hilarious. Someone online has the theory that his advisors told him that the picture was, to say that the picture was doctored, and he thought he should say that, oh no, he was a doctor in that picture. But yeah, presenting yourself as Jesus or higher, I don't believe in any of the religion stuff, but I think that Tucker's right about the theology that that's what an Antichrist would do. So I don't believe any of that, but that's where we are, guys. And finally, I give Trump the last word. He says, it's easy. Tucker's a low IQ person, always easy to beat and highly overrated. So are Megyn Kelly, Candace, really dumb and mentally ill, and bankrupt Alex Jones, who's completely fried. There are others also. Then we have some that are very good, true MAG all the way, and smart. I should do a list of good, bad, and somewhere in the middle. I know, because copying Jesus wasn't enough. Why don't you copy Santa while you're at it? Anyway, and wouldn't that be fascinating, he says. I'm making a list of people who are naughty and nice, and I'll check it twice. Okay, yeah, all right, Santa. All right, you know what's not high IQ? Burning all of your allies in media on your side. Because the other guys are already not on your side. Now you have almost no allies left, other than Israel. Good luck with that, Donald. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.